Hi. Oh, here we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw. I am Tony Schiavone, Trini Kwan, and Corey Graves here. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Tonight Raw, you know, we are going to see. Well, what are we going to see? Well, I believe Tony Schiavone said we're going to see if someone else is going to be in Gal in the Box. If we're going to see someone else also be in Gal in the Box here today. So, which bring out the next one who feels they should be in a Gal in the Box. Well, that's right. The truth is there could be many folks who want to be in Gal in the Box, and so far Wonder Woman and Godzilla, or Godzilla, whatever you want to call his name, Trini Kwan said, are the first two to be in Gal in the Box. You know, Gal in the Box is going to have sometime next month. Well, that's right, Corey Graves says, Trini Kwan and Tony Schiavone. That's right. But who's going to be that lucky someone who never got the break, but now they're going to be in Gal in the Box now? And I don't really know who that's going to be or not. Well, here comes Johnny Nergato coming into the ring now. Geez, we got a new ring, Johnny Nergato says. And the way I look at it, I think I should be in Gal in a Box. You know? And I know there's many other wrestlers out there that would just love to take that away from me. No. And me and Adam Page, no. Kenny Omega, well, he's too bullshitting one to start something with AJ Styles. Alright, so far we have Godzilla, well on-looked, Ethelyn, Fiend, whatever you want to call him, Ethelus Fiend, and Wonder Woman. So I know if I get myself in Gal in the Box and I win it, I don't even have to just go for the TWF heavyweight winnings or the TWF World Heavyweight winnings. I can go for the TWF Hard Middle winnings, TWF 24/7 winnings, TWF, Pennsylvania Reich winnings, TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings, or TWF Pittsburgh Stead winnings. So I could go for any one of the winnings. Well, there are winnings I can't go for because they're dead, like the TWF Light Heavyweight winnings, the TWF Duke Quisney Reich winnings, the TWF North Brazils Township winnings, the TWF, Penn Hills Township winnings, or the TWF McKeesport Stead winnings. Can't go for the TWF Farsi winning because that's Stead, the TWF Interlander winning because that's dead. Man, so many dead winnings. Can't go for the Evenland winning because that's dead. Can't go for the 4-1 Reich winning because that's dead. But I can go for any one of the winnings that's still alive. So, who wants to be that one who wants to face me? I mean, when I'm thinking of it, who wants to be that one who wants to fight me in Gal in a Box? Uh-oh, here comes Kenneth Omega now, Tony Schiavone says. The man who thinks he's the greatest wrestler who ever lived. And I think he may have stole that rank from other wrestlers out there. And here comes the Jackal, or Osiris, or Don Covens, or whatever you want to call him these days. Well, Kenny Omega says, isn't it Johnny Nergato? The too good to go to AEW. Let me stop you right there, Kenny Omega. AEW didn't want me. Alright? Let's be earnest about that, Kenny Omega. AEW didn't want me. I could say that shit about you. Oh, you couldn't handle being in WWE for 3 months. Yeah, you were in WWE for 3 months. And they put you in DSW, and you couldn't handle it, and you left. So you can tell all your friends on the interweb about how you never worked for WWE, but that's a lie. Alright? and you spent time in NJPW, AJPW, AAA, LU, whatever the fuck else you were at, PWG, IW, AW. But don't say, oh, I didn't want to go. Yeah, Shao Kahn and Anthony Kong didn't want me. Christopher Daniels and QG Marshall and Sensei Duck didn't want me because I didn't fit. They didn't want me. Alright? That leadership didn't want me. But you want to know what leadership did want me back in the day? The Stephanie McMahon, Hunter Hearst Helm, the Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan, Hunter Hearst Helmsley team. The Shawn Michaels, Jason Albert, you know, the Jeff Jarrett team before Jeff Jarrett was fired, the Road Dogg team, the Michael Pix Hayes team, the Brother Love team, the Kevin Dunn team. Oh, they wanted me back. Oh, I know that was a short-lived team, and I know that it went back to the Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, Hunter Helmsley team, and I know it's now the Patrick Whitewell, Ariel Dell team. But you know what? AEW didn't want me. So don't give me that shit. Oh, no, no, no. See, you would have fit very well in AEW. You know, Shao Kahn and Anthony Kong and Christopher Daniels and Sensei Dutt and QD Marshall and Jeff Jarrett are always looking to get any wrestler they can get from WWE. Hell, we don't stop there. We take wrestlers from IW, wrestlers from MLW, NWA, AAA, LU, WC, NJPW, AJPW, PWN. We take it from all the skilled wrestling businesses. Yeah, you do. But don't tell me they want me now because they didn't want me back then. And I'm happy to be in WWE. Now you were in WWE about 3 weeks. So don't give me shit. I was wondering if me and you want to have a Gal in a Box match. Then I can beat you, Kenny Omega. I can beat you, Johnny Gargano. Then I go on, win the Gal in the Box, and then I become the TWF heavyweight fighter for the 2nd time. And I'd stop there. I could become the TWF world heavyweight fighter for the 1st time. Yeah, well, guess what? I got a little bad news for you, Kenny Omega. You're not going to beat me. You see, you don't have your friends with you. Adam Cole, he wants nothing to do with you. And sadly, we never got, Carl O'Reilly, or Buddy Fish. And you don't got Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson with you. So, you don't got no one to back you up. You want to have this match or not? Yeah, I want to have this match with you. Alright, look, the Jackal says. Look, Osiris says, you can go back and forth and slide each other for what business you went to, who didn't hire you, who didn't do what. I could do it too. I could talk about how WWE fucked me over and how I went to ECW and then WCW was dying so I couldn't go there. And I went to TNAW for the first run, and I was NJPW and IW for the 2nd run before I went to AEW. And I could talk about all that, but my man Kenny Omega, your man Kenny Omega, is full of shit, Astronomer says. And I'll tell you why he's full of shit, Jackal, or Cyrus, or whatever you want to call yourself. WWE owns the right to both those names. Is one, Kenny Omega was in WWE for 3 months in 2006 YL. Yeah, he was sent to DSW, couldn't handle it, and fucking left. Kenny Omega, Johnny Gargano didn't get picked up by AEW because they already had 2, because Kenny Omega, Nick Jackson, and Matt Jackson made bitch to Shao Kahn and Anthony Kong and Christopher Daniels and QG Marshall, and later on Jeff Jarrett, and said, oh, we don't want him because he don't fit our thing. Whatever, I don't care, Strongman says. Today, we're going to have Johnny Gargano fight Kenny Omega in a Gal in the Box match. Whoever wins gets to go in Gal in the Box along with Godzilla, along with Wonder Woman. Let's go. Well, Ecliptor says you can go back and forth talking about who's the greatest wrestler, who's the greatest fighter, who's the greatest overstar. You know, and it's always going to be, everyone's going to have their own belief and their own thought of who it is. I don't really care. So, let's have a match. Let's have a fight. Ecliptor goes, "You're right, Ecliptor. Time to have the match. Time to have the fight. Let the wrestlers fight. Let the fighters fight. Let the overstars do whatever overstars do. Today, Kenny Omega, Johnny Gargano. The match is on," Astronema goes. "Shit! Ha ha! You fell over by mistake. Ha ha! Kenny Omega, you don't make fun of me falling over. Ow! Hey!" Well, Astronema got knocked down by mistake, and Kenny Omega laughed about it, so Astronema, or Corone, knocked him down. "Oh, that's right, huh? That's right," Corey Graves says. "Everyone would bitch if it was Baron Corbin doing that, but if it's like, I don't know, a Xena or Hunter S. Helmsley or Astronema, no one seems to care. And Kenny Omega's now Johnny Gargano has had an unfair upside on Kenny Omega," Corey Graves says. "Well," Tony Schiavone said, "if he did not laugh at Astronema, he wouldn't have not been knocked down in the ring like he was there." Johnny Gargano taking down Kenny Omega with his sidekick, the former AEW IW heavyweight fighter, Tony Schiavone says. "Oh yeah," Trini Kwan said, he did win many winnings, not as many as other wrestlers. He somehow wanted to bullshit everyone into he was a great wrestler. But he's not. Another body slam by Johnny Gargano. But Kenny Omega, if he can beat Johnny Gargano and get Gal in the box, Trini Kwan said, then I'll give him all the onlook. But we all know he's not as great as he makes himself out to be. Oh! And now Kenny Omega's been knocked outside by Johnny Gargano, Tony Schiavone said. Yeah, Kenny Omega's time in the TWF does not really go the way he wanted it to go. You know. Kenny Omega coming outside. Johnny Gargano missed. And Kenny Omega's inside. Track him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's getting back in the ring. 8, 9, 10. Ding, ding, ding. Here is the winner by track out, Kenny Omega. Did you see that? Tony Schiavone said. The Jackal, Osiris, Don Covens, whatever you want to call him. He helped Kenny Omega win this match by track out, by knocking Johnny Gargano down, Tony Schiavone says. Oh yeah, and he's got everybody calling him the greatest wrestler, the greatest fighter, the greatest overstar who ever lived, Trini Kwan said, and he has to have his overseer help matches, Trini Kwan said. I can tell you what, that is sad. You can scave it and shame it and guilt it all you want, Corey Graves says, but Kenny Omega beat Johnny Gargano here today on Monday Night Raw, Alone Night Raw. He's in Gal in the box. Ain't it great, Corey Graves says. Well, we do know one thing. You know, we do know one thing is Johnny Gargano going to take it lying down, Tony Schiavone says. Or is he going to get back, or is he going to get another match with him? Is Astronema or someone going to say that was wrong? Well, I guess we won't know, Tony Schiavone says, or not. Well, I do know that Renee Young now is now going to be talking with Kenny Omega and the Jackal. Alright, Tony Schiavone, you know, it makes me feel sick to my belly. I'm going to be talking with Kenny Omega and Osiris, or a Jackal, whatever you want to call him. So, Kenny Omega, you say you're the world's greatest wrestler, the world's greatest fighter and overstar, but you had to beat you had to beat Johnny Gargano by track out. Renee Young, a win is a win. No need how you go by getting that win. Johnny Gargano, if he was such a great wrestler, a great fighter, as everyone likes to call him, he shouldn't have let Don Covens or the Jackal knock him down. Oh, so now you're saying that you beat him by track out with the help of your overseer. I didn't say anything like that. I said if he was a great wrestler, he would not let it happen. Well, let me tell you something. Kenny Omega, you might call yourself the gatherer of smaller heavyweight winnings and smaller wrestling businesses. But we know one winnings you won't ever gather, and that'll be the WWE heavyweight winnings, the World heavyweight winnings, and the WWE heavyweight winnings, and the WWE NXT heavyweight winnings. Oh, great. Thanks a lot, Renee Young, coming from a woman whose husband works in AEW, and you work there now. Yeah, but in the TWF, you didn't do so well. Yeah, but at least I done something. At least I'm in Gal in the Box, and Johnny Gargano is not. Well, Cyrus. Well, Jackal, Cyrus, whatever you want to call yourself. My name is not really needed. All I'm here to tell you, Renee Young, is that Kenny Omega is in Gal in a Box. He beat Johnny Gargano. Some folks call him Johnny Wrestling. I don't know why. Anyway, Kenny Omega is in the Gal in the Box. He's gonna win it. He's gonna beat Godzilla. He's gonna beat Wonder Woman. He's gonna beat whoever else they put in it, and then he'll be the right to become a two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Hell, he become a one-time TWF World Heavyweight fighter. Write my words down. It will happen. Well, that's my talk with Kenny Omega and the Jackal, or Osiris. Back to you, back to you, Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Kenny Omega and the Jackal here today. Well, we got Astronema and Ecliptor here. All right, we got one. Let me see if we can do that. Let me see. If I pull Astronema over here, put Ecliptor here. All right, Astronema says, we just saw what happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Johnny Gargano a bye, and Johnny Gargano is also in a Gal in a Box match. So now we have the 4 wrestlers who will be in Gal in a Box. Godzilla, Wonder Woman, Kenny Omega, and Johnny Gargano. Well, Ecliptor says, I think we did a good match. My Eldeline. Well, thank you, Ecliptor. Well, it looks like it is all the time we got here for, all the time we... Shit. It looks like all the time we got here for TWF Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. I am Tony Schiavone for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Monday Night Raw or Alone Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.